explain to us what you're doing here today and why it matters?
Yeah, well, I'm here is obviously this is a seminal opinion that the court will render next year, and the arguments are occurring today. And look, I was the first assistant attorney general. I've been in that court, and I know how this goes. And right now, what we want to see the court do is do the right thing and overturn Roe, to return the decision making about these important issues like life to the people, their elected representatives. And that's what's at stake here. And people, the wailing and gnashing of teeth from the left. Let's consider that if the 15-week rule that Mississippi adopted were put in place in the state of Texas, now obviously we have our heartbeat bill, but the 15-week rule, that would mean that all but 3% of abortions would continue. 97% of abortions would continue. We ought to have a debate about life going farther than that. We want to defend life. But that's all we're talking about here, is returning the power to the people to make decisions about life, not unelected judges. And the court made a very bad error in 1973, and it's been dividing our country ever since. 62 million unborn lives that have been lost since then. And here we're just trying to stand up for the proposition that we should protect all life.
And Congressman, if Roe v. Wade is overturned in this Supreme Court decision, what will our country look like?
Our country will be made a lot stronger if Roe versus Wade is overturned, because we can take these difficult questions of life. I think it's pretty simple. I think life begins at conception, but we can take those difficult decisions that we disagree on and we can debate them. Let's restore debate. That institution across the street, the United States Capitol I'm pointing to, and I serve in the House of Representatives, the People's House. Let's debate on the floor of the House. Let's debate in the floor of the House in Texas, in Mississippi, in New York, in California, and make decisions as people. And then let's have a real discussion where we're making decisions as people rather than judges coming down from on high and creating a fake right that then divided this country. Let's talk about the right to life, and starting with the defense of life.
And do you anticipate that if Roe is overturned and if the court decides with Mississippi, do you anticipate any kind of strong backlash from the pro-abortion advocates?
I mean, of course, if Roe is overturned, you're going to have a strong response from the left and from pro-abortion advocates. But that's okay, right? Let's have the debate. Let's have the discussion. There are tough questions. As pro-life as I am, these are tough personal questions that involve human beings. We want to stand up for the proposition that an unborn life deserves protection. Let's have that debate. Look, there's a reason that my colleagues in the House Judiciary Committee, when we were discussing the Texas heartbeat bill, did not want to mention the word heartbeat. Why? Why? I would ask Democrats, why don't you want to say the word heartbeat? Because they know. We know things in life. It's like a dog having instincts. It's people, we have instincts. It's like a mother having protection instincts. When you think about a heartbeat, you know what that means. And that's what my Democrat colleagues don't want to answer, because they've elevated Roe into some sort of deity in and of itself, rather than recognizing the importance and the fundamental truth of life. And we ought to have that debate as people, not unelected judges, all male by the way, in 1973, making a decision that is enforcing these decisions upon the people.
Thank you so much. This is really great. We really appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank y'all. Thanks for being out here.
And it is nice